With Austin Price, Brent Hubbs of AllQuest.com, covering Tennessee's football practice, spring practice week 3, getting underway this afternoon. Finally, some warm sunshine, a beautiful day to practice. Austin, I want to start on the defensive side of the ball. Everybody wants to know linebackers. Where are the linebackers coming from? Where's Tennessee going to be at that linebacker position? We're not seeing Jeremy Banks and Roman Harrison do a whole lot at this point, but what are you seeing out of those linebackers?
Well, both of them were back out there today, and it looked like Roman had more gear on than Jeremy Banks did. But they're at least going through some things before we're out there. They're doing stretch while we're out there. Then they go indoors, and they probably come back out for some individual stuff after we leave. But either way, they're still doing something. They're not just sitting around. They're trying to be as active as possible. As far as the current group of linebackers, of course, Aaron Beasley not out there today. It was Morven Joseph and Quasi Garland, the first two linebackers to all the drills while the media was present. And you would expect that. I mean, they're two scholarship guys. Garland, a guy that was a walk-on that moved into a role as a scholarship guy, and then Morven Joseph, the much valued 4-star from the state of Florida that, Tennessee's hoping can catch on at inside linebacker after predominantly playing outside with the last staff.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate Roman Harrison's injury, because this was a golden opportunity for him if he could have had the opportunity this spring to get more reps in than what he's got. So we'll see. One guy that played linebacker last year that's moved forward, and we thought his body would go this way, is Bryson Eason. Haven't heard a ton of scuttle about him, been more about the JUCO arrival and his quickness off the ball. What are you seeing out of Eason, who to me is a very unique body type?
He is. Brent, I equate it to Anthony Davis on the basketball floor. Played point guard, then shot up to 6'9", 6'10". All of a sudden, he was playing the post with point guard skills. Same thing with Eason. He was a linebacker all through high school. And, he's now moved to the defensive line at 270, 275 pounds, but still moves like a linebacker, has agility, quickness that you would see out of someone who's standing up, not putting their hand on the ground. You watch him do the work under the chute. It just looks so natural and so athletic, compared to others. And that's not to say that those other defensive linemen aren't athletic, but it's just a different style, a different ability. And, he's someone who's caught my eye early on in spring ball, and I would expect him to continue to excel. I know this staff is extremely high on him.
It'll be interesting to see how his adjustment continues at that point, at that position from a physicality standpoint. Can't have an update without the proverbial quarterback question. I know there's not really probably anything new there, but an update on the quarterbacks as they enter week 3.
Well, I thought they weren't very good in corner routes today. I thought they all struggled when throwing corner routes. Now, they did some rub, plays with dual wide receivers. I thought they were solid in that. Again, it's kind of a work in progress. They each kind of have their moments, and then they kind of each have their moments where you scratch your head.
All right. Lastly, anything else on the offensive side of the ball catch your eye as the Volunteers hit, what's this, practice 6, I guess, something like that?
Well, Jimmy Callaway continues to impress me, Brent. He just continues to, I think really stand out and excel. At the wide receiver position, it seems to be clicking for him. He is, you can tell he's running routes. He's not thinking. There's a knowledge there that he did not have a year ago when they were kind of walking through things and thinking through things, even while the route was going on. He just looks so much more natural now. Jimmy Holiday has started to kind of, impress me a little bit, but he's kind of on the far side of the field, so it's hard to see a whole lot. And then on the offensive line, Darnell Wright looks like he's in the best shape of his Tennessee career. I thought had a really good practice in the 2 viewing periods we had on Tuesday. Again, I will, couch it at that. It's 2 viewing periods, but he clearly is playing with a different confidence level. And there's a little bit more pep in his step out on the practice field.
Well, that's important because he's a guy who at one point was considered in the transfer portal heavily and was going to just basically give this staff a chance to see what happened this spring. He's obviously worked hard to give himself the best chance that he's had since he's been at Tennessee, if he's in the best shape of his career. The biggest shocker of the day, it's Masters Week. Austin Price doesn't have on Masters gear, but he's got all the latest on the football balls for you. That's your 2-minute drill. We've got observations on the site and plenty of other football content coming up throughout the evening. For Austin Price, I'm Brent Hubbs, VolQuest.com.